The spoken poem.
The rain set early into night. The sullen wind was soon awake. It tore the elm tops down for spite, and did its worst to vex the lake. I listened with heart fit to break. When glided in Porphyria, straight she shut the cold out and the storm, and kneeled and made the cheerless grate blaze up, and all the cottage warm. Which done, she rose, and from her form withdrew the dripping cloak and shawl, and laid her soiled gloves by, untied her hat, and let the damp hair fall, and last she sat down by my side, and called me, when no voice replied. She put my arm about her waist, and made her smooth white shoulder bare, and all her yellow hair displaced, and stooping, made my cheek lie there, and spread o'er all her yellow hair. Murmuring how she loved me, she too weak for all her heart's endeavour to set its struggling passion free from pride, and vainer ties dissever, and give herself to me forever. But passion sometimes would prevail, nor could tonight's gay feast restrain a sudden thought of one so pale for love of her, and all in vain. So she was come through wind and rain. Be sure I looked up at her eyes, happy and proud. At last I knew Porphyria worshipped me. Surprise made my heart swell, and still it grew while I debated what to do. That moment she was mine, fair, perfectly pure and good. I found a thing to do, and all her hair in one long yellow string I wound 3 times her little throat around, and strangled her. No pain felt she. I am quite sure she felt no pain. As a shut bud that holds a bee, I warily oped her lids. Again laughed the blue eyes, without a stain, and I untightened next the tress about her neck. Her cheek once more blushed bright beneath my burning kiss. I propped her head up as before, only this time my shoulder bore her head, which droops upon it still. The smiling, rosy little head, so glad it has its utmost will, that all it scorned at once is fled, and I, its love, am gained instead. Porphyria's love, she guessed not how her darling one wish would be heard. And thus we sit together now, and all night long we have not stirred, and yet God has not said a word.
Robert Browning, a prominent Victorian poet, lived during a time of great social and artistic change in 19th century England. His works often probe the complexities of the human psyche, influenced by the era's fascination with psychology and morality. Porphyria's Lover, first published in 1836, reflects both Browning's mastery of the dramatic monologue and his interest in darker themes. The poem stands out as a remarkable example of Victorian poetry's engagement with taboo and obsession. The poem centers on a forbidden romantic encounter that turns into a tale of possession and tragedy. It explores themes of love, power, madness, and the desire for control within relationships. Browning delves into the dangers of obsessive love by narrating the story from the perspective of a disturbed lover. The boundary between passion and violence blurs, raising unsettling questions about morality and desire. Browning employs vivid imagery and metaphorical language to evoke mood and character. The repeated use of personification in the stormy opening mirrors the speaker's turbulent mind. The poem is rich with contrasts such as warmth and coldness, life and death, amplifying the dramatic tension. Literary devices like enjambment and alliteration subtly enhance the poem's intensity and psychological depth. The poem is crafted as a single, continuous dramatic monologue in 56 lines of unbroken speech. Browning uses a regular ABABB rhyme scheme and iambic tetrameter, giving the poem a deceptively sing-song rhythm. This steady structure contrasts starkly with the disturbing content, enhancing the unsettling effect. The lack of stanza breaks traps us within the speaker's obsessive, inescapable mindset. On a deeper level, the poem interrogates Victorian anxieties about gender roles and autonomy. Porphyria's murder can be seen as the lover's attempt to preserve a perfect moment, an act of control that exposes his fear of losing power. The calm, rational tone of the speaker highlights the chilling banality of evil. In the end, Browning compels us to confront uncomfortable truths about possession, identity, and the human capacity for rationalized violence.
The Spoken Poem. Please like this video and subscribe for more.